Welcome to Ask and Learn.
Hey guys, let's do problem 5. In this problem, we need to calculate the mass and volumetric feed rate of benzene and hexane. It's given that the rate of flow of blended mixture is 1700. Pound per hour, and the density is given as 0.81 gram per milliliter. Let's convert it to pound per feet cube. We need to multiply 62.43 to get gram per milliliter to pound per feet cube, or the density is 50.5683 pound per feet cube. Therefore, we can calculate the volume of the fluid mixture. The volume of the mixture is the mass to density. The mass is here 1700 pound per hour, and the density is 50.5683 pound per hour. Therefore, the volume of the fluid mixture is 33.62 feet cube per hour. Now we can calculate the mass flow rate of benzene. The mass flow rate of benzene MB is equal to the density of benzene multiplied by the volumetric flow rate of benzene, and the mass flow rate of hexane is the density of hexane multiplied by the volumetric flow rate of hexane. Now we know that the density of benzene is 54.87 pound per feet cube, and the density of hexane is 41.17 pound per feet cube. We know that the total mass flow rate will be then the mass flow rate of benzene plus the mass flow rate of hexane, or we can write 1700 pound per hour is equal to 54.87 pound per feet cube multiplied by the volume of benzene plus 41.17 pound per feet cube multiplied by volume of hexane. And we can name this equation as equation 1. Now the volume flow rate is equal to the volumetric flow rate of benzene plus the volumetric flow rate of hexane. Since the volume of the fluid mixture is 33.62 feet cube, which we calculated, therefore we can write that is equal to the summation of the volumetric flow rate of hexane and benzene, or volumetric flow rate of hexane equal to 33.62 feet cube per hour minus the volumetric flow rate of benzene. Let's name the equation as 2. Now we can substitute equation 2 in equation 1. And what we get is now we need to solve this equation for the value of Vb, which is the volumetric feed rate of benzene, and solving the equation for the volumetric feed rate of benzene gives us 23.0558 feet cube per hour. Then the volumetric feed rate of benzene is 23.0558 feet cube per hour. Now we can substitute the value of the volumetric feed rate of benzene to equation 2. Then VH is equal to 33.62 feet cube per hour minus 23.0558 feet cube per hour, and the volumetric feed rate of hexane we get is 10.5642 feet cube per hour. Now we need to calculate what is the mass feed rate of benzene and hexane. Let's do that. We need to multiply the density and the volumetric feed rate to get the mass feed rate of benzene. The density is 54.87 pound per feet cube. The volumetric feed rate is 23.0558 feet cube per hour. Therefore, the mass feed rate of benzene is 1265.0717 pound per hour, and similarly the mass feed rate of hexane is, the density is 41.17 pound per feet cube, and the volumetric feed rate is 10.5642 feet cube per hour, which gives us 434.93 pound per hour, which is the mass feed rate of benzene and hexane. And finally, the two assumptions that we made. The first one is the volume of the benzene and hexane are additive. And the second one is the system is operating in same condition at which standard densities are measured.